Hello everyone and welcome back for more Let's Play Murder by Numbers, where Dork Princess is with us.
I sadly cannot replicate the beauty that happened before we hit record, but let's just say I had a breakdown over Scout. Something bad is gonna happen to him and I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, like I said, I could say anything I want to about Scout right now and you won't believe me. Except for the fact that I am really glad you're attached to him.
It's scaring me. I feel like that's leading into something very ominous.
So, let's see.
Doesn't help that Jed or whoever like buzzed down the door and was like, Scout, the robot whose name you keep mispronouncing for some reason is dangerous, and Honor's just like, how the hell did you get into my house? I'm gonna call the cops. My dad's a cop. I know a cop person. It's a long, complicated story that you don't have time to hear because you're leaving.
One thing about this chapter is that you can miss puzzles in it.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, I don't think, but there are a couple of puzzles that only show up for a very brief window, and I know which ones they are. This isn't one of them.
Good.
But I know which ones they are, and they only show up for a very brief window about this point in time. And if you miss them, you cannot go back. And what am I missing now? There. If you miss them, you can't get an S rank and this cannot unlock all of Scout's memory. That's the only effect it has. But I believe I should be able to pick them both up now. If not,
At least it's only 2.
Yeah, it's only 2, but that's enough. So let's see. These fragments of glass do not appear to be from the window. Their curvature suggests they were originally from a rounded object.
Maybe a bottle? It's kind of sticky. Are there any pieces with a label on?
Yes, here. It's Sambuca.
So that's where that aniseed smell is coming from.
You are popping a bit here. So let's see.
Better?
Yeah.
Good.
What about Grandmama Krista? How's she doing?
Oh, you know her. Always falling into some kind of ridiculous anecdote. I'd swear they were all lies if I hadn't been there for some of them. I'm supposed to be going to New York to see her tomorrow, but what with all this?
You are not canceling that trip. You go. I'll sort all this out.
Oh, are you sure? I'll get as much sorted today as I can. Oh, you are a dear.
I know, but she's family, and who knows how long you got left with her. Best to enjoy these moments while you can.
Let her hear you say that. You know she's been keeping a brick in her bag ever since Stonewall.
I wasn't talking about her.
You shady ass no good.
Ah, the Wanderer returns.
Sorry, just needed to get away for a bit.
I'm not surprised you need to reload. Babe, you gave him both barrels. Ugh, I was so proud.
You were listening?
Yeah, of course I was listening.
Until he thought you were coming back in here, at which point he jumped away from the door like a startled cat. It was just your crazy ex, though.
There's your extra apostrophes again. I had to really put him in his place, but I didn't want Fran to have to deal with 2 dead bodies today.
Oh. Such a thoughtful boy. Anyway, I do have something for you. It's over there. Wait, was she being
That's
sincere when she said that?
about the leaving something for you.
No, the thoughtful thing.
Oh, I think she was pretty much being sarcastic there.
Okay, okay, good. Because I'm like, hun, you do not know what he's really like.
Is this that one? I believe this. Yeah, I believe this is that one. Okay. Looks like the missable puzzles have not opened up yet. Or I should have seen one when I was doing a little scan for it just a second ago.
I think I'm all flabby now from that scene between Honor and Scout.
It was a good emotional scene. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah, I think we did a good job at portraying that.
To be fair, I had the really easy part. I was just a robot.
Yeah. And my mom came in to interrupt me and tell me that she was gonna take a shower, which she does not need to tell me.
Vital information, I'm sure.
She just feels the need to tell us whatever she's going in there. Like, if I hear the water running, I know not to go in there.
Does the door not lock?
The door locks. Wait, can normal people not hear when a shower is running?
I mean, it's not even that. Sometimes people just don't pay attention.
The door locks, but I can hear it. I can hear whenever the shower's on.
Yeah, I mean, normally you can too, but someone in a hurry to use the bathroom may not listen before they just try to open the door.
We have 2 bathrooms.
Well, still, if you've got an urgent need to use the restroom, and that's the first one you run across, you may not check to, see if it's already occupied.
I've never had a situation like that. I've had other situations. Yay! I've had other situations involving bathrooms and locked doors, but I feel like I'm not allowed to share that.
Probably, no. Honor, I think this coat might be worth looking at.
Huh, it's pretty outside. Oh, gross, it's really sticky.
Perhaps you should smell it to see if it can be identified.
This is really what my life has come to. Sniffing sticky things on crime scenes. You know, I'm gonna go back to being a Hollywood actress. Forget what we were talking about earlier. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's it.
It must be Sambuca from the bottle we found outside. Okay, I believe this would be the first puzzle that is missable. If you did not examine here, I believe you can miss this puzzle. I could be wrong. I mean, given what it is, I don't see how, but because I vaguely remembering you need this for part of the case.
I see. Just looking over at my good boy who is undeniably screwed.
Like I said, I could say anything I want to about Scout's fate and you wouldn't believe a single word of it because you've known me that long.
I guess I have.
To be fair, it doesn't take that long to know me before knowing exactly the types of things I'll say just to see what your reaction is to them.
Yeah.
I
But I
present the Kuehl theory as evidence of that.
Yep. We have done 3 Let's Plays together. One of them was long term. This one is medium term. And the other one is, I guess, short term, but like...
Incredibly short term.
And now
it
I'm
will
in a
be over
D&D
by the time this video comes out, I think.
Yeah. And now I'm in a D&D campaign with you, which I'm sure will also come out by the time this one does.
Oh, probably. There we go.
I mean, I was told I'm allowed to blab.
Yeah. We're not exactly hiding it. But that is a laptop.
Yay! Is it like mine? In that case, can we burn it?
Oh, it's a portable computer. This would make yours look like a god computer, I think, considering this is the 90s.
That's fair. There's a note attached. For the new job, I spoke to your mom. She's on board. Give it some thought. Ryan. Using money to solve things as usual. No thanks. Check it in the trash. I love how she doesn't even consider it.
I see. Unwanted electronics are to be disposed of. Like me.
What? Stop! That's not what I meant! You know what? Let's keep it. Hey, if you could use some of the parts yourself or something. I don't understand why he took that personally.
You don't understand?
I don't.
Oh, because it's just electronics that... You just chuck it in the bin if it's no longer useful. And considering that's where he woke up. Also, you are cutting out again.
And to me.
An upgrade would be nice. Perhaps I could upgrade my CPU. Ooh. Or maybe replace my screen with a color TFT panel. Or...
What's the close one? Poor guy.
Yeah, that's all we can get for right now.
I really hope you didn't miss anything.
No, I did not miss anything yet. Missing something... I know it's just after one specific conversation happens and it opens up. I don't remember exactly which conversation it is, but there's one conversation that'll open up, and then a conversation soon after closes it. But it wasn't open any time before we could get to this point, so I haven't missed it yet.
Alright.
Well, come on then. Get it over with.
Why did you have to call my mom?
She made me promise I would if I saw you back on a crime scene again. She's, a very persuasive woman.
I knew this was too good to be true.
The difference is, I didn't particularly want to this time. I'm done trying to persuade you to leave this alone. I don't like it, but I know what I'm fighting a losing battle.
Unfortunately, she doesn't. So what, are you gonna call her every time I get within 50 yards of you? That's gonna get real old real quick.
Trust me, I have no desire to get involved in family dispute. I just felt like I owed your mom a favor, but it's done now. Let's just move on.
Huh? Why would you owe Mom a favor? We've been over this, they work together.
I said let's move on.
So, what's our next move?
I'm taking another look out here, see if there's anything we missed. We were looking into Oliver's diary before your mom turned up. Why don't you go ask Miss, Fran about it?
Cross, you seem to be having real trouble with Fran's name. Got something against drag queens?
Don't be ridiculous. What do I care what clothes someone wears? I'm just new to all this. What do I call her? Is it okay to say her? What about if she's not in a dress?
Oh my god, we had this conversation.
Yep. My creator also failed to tell me much about drag queens.
I'm no expert, but I think it's pretty simple. Call them what they ask you to call them. So in this case, Fran, and while she's dressed like that, use she. If she's dressed in men's clothes, then it's probably safe to call him Ed and use he. Although I guess it can differ from person to person.
Okay, I think I've got it.
This
Things
is
never
actually
used to
really
be this
cool.
complicated.
You say that.
So I don't think we're going to get much new yet. That one of those pride flags? Got nothing against the stuff, but I don't understand why they need a parade about it.
Surprise me, detective. You must be confronted with a lot of the dark side of humanity as part of your job, right?
More than I'd like.
Well then, don't you think people coming together to celebrate love is something worth doing?
Yeah, you make a pretty good point.
Seems like Roz and the victim had some kind of bust-up.
Then we need to get her here quick. See if Fran's got any way of contacting her.
What?
This glass was mixed in amongst the other glass from the window.
We think it was a bottle of Sambuca.
Huh, can't say I've ever had it myself.
Me neither.
Not really my style.
It's got something really gross and sticky on it. Some kind of aniseed alcohol, perhaps? It's alcohol?
Yeah, Sambuca is alcohol.
Huh.
Well,
I thought it was a made-up brand.
Nope, it's a real thing.
Huh.
It is a bar.
Oh yeah.
First to flying robot. Now this? You really are a tech head.
I'm really not. Dad was always the gadget freak in our house.
Yeah. So let's go back inside. I still can't investigate, so we need to do the talkie thing.
What can I get you, dear? Oh, right. I went into bartender mode for a second there. When we were talking earlier, you mentioned something about Roz? The one mentioned in Oliver's diary? Oh, yes, right. Well, I was hoping not to bring her this, but... Rosmosis is one of our regular performers here. She runs a couple of nights a week. She and Oliver, they knew each other. How did Roz and Oliver know each other? Like I said, Roz runs quite a few nights here, and Oliver was a regular.
One of the last entries in Oliver's diary read, "She doesn't understand me. Despite everything she hid from me, I'm the one that's ended up in the cold."
Well, they always seem to get on fine. I'd often see Oliver talking to her at the end of the night. But then a few nights ago, they had a huge argument. Things turned nasty and Roz threw Oliver out. He banned him from the premises. Every night since then, Oliver's been outside, completely bladdered, as Casey might say.
What does blad...
It means he was drunk. Very drunk. He begged to be let in, but what's the use of barring someone if you reverse it immediately? So he just stayed out there, shouting and screaming at everyone. Wasn't great for business, but like I said, he was a troubled soul.
Had he been sleeping out there too?
I don't think so. He's certainly never been around in the daytime. Why do you ask? His belongings were in bags outside his apartment, so it looks like he'd been evicted from his residence. Might also explain why he was in front of the club this morning. Was he outside when you left the club last night? Not that I saw. I lock everything from inside and then leave from the back door, so I wouldn't have seen him if he was there. You know where Roz is right now? On her way here. That detective of yours asked me to ring her, but turns out she was on her way here anyway. Oh, interesting. Any ETA? Roz comes when she comes. She's kind of a free spirit.
So, let's see. That's the...
Hell else to be dealing with here. I love her. She's the murderer, isn't she? There's a lot of these rainbow flags up. Is it Pride season? Sure is. This month we take 3 to 4 times more than usual. So the float must have been for the parade. Yes, I assume so.
Fran, may I please take one of the little flags? They're so colorful.
I love it. Sure thing. I probably went a little overboard anyway.
Thank you so much. I promise to take good care of it.
Live your truth, Scout. Live your truth. Baby. We found some smashed glass outside. If it's smashed glass you're looking for, I've got a little on the inside too. Just behind you.
No, its curvature suggests it was part of a bottle. We were thinking it might be Sambuca.
Sambuca? We don't get many people drinking that here. Although, come to think of it, it was Ollie's drink of choice. So it could have belonged to him? He's been out there most nights this week, and he seemed pretty drunk, so it's definitely possible. We usually clean the outside area just before we open up, and there wasn't any glass yesterday, so it must have been from last night. Interesting. Is this coat yours? No, that's a— oh, wow! You were not kidding.
I was not kidding. With that staring us in the face, and I'm referring to the outfit. Good God, that outfit.
Yeah, why? What? How?
I think this marks a good stopping spot.
Yeah, maybe.
So we can let Dork absorb this.
Yeah. Maybe get rid of the interface too while you're at it. Let me see the legs.
Can I get rid of the interface? It doesn't let me do much.
Okay. Well, at least she doesn't seem to be a bitch.
I'm not going to say anything yet, other than let's we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Going to give you a chance to kind of process what you're looking at.
Uh-huh.
And when we return, we will question Rosmosis here.
In more ways than one.
Just absorb the Rosmosis.
I'm feel it now, Mr. Krabs.
So until then, take care, everyone.
Bye.